Feed me. Feed me more. Feed me more. Feed me more. Feed me more. The Ryback Show starts now. Welcome to the Ryback Show Live. I am the big guy, Ryback. Thank you for joining me, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, here on Ryback TV, all podcast platforms, Twitch at Ryback Rules. We're over on Twitter, streaming as well at Ryback. Streaming live, the big guy, Ryback22 on Instagram and TikTok. Thank you for everybody that checks out a bit of the show on those. We had 50-something thousand people check out the show yesterday on TikTok alone. Over 80,000 listeners of yesterday's show. So very solid, very happy with that across all the platforms. That's actually not even counting. I haven't checked on the audio. That was just from the streams and the live show. So greatly appreciate all the love and support with all of you guys on that. As always, the show, guys, is brought to you by Feed Me More Nutrition, my premium supplement line sweetened with stevia and monk fruit, no artificial sweeteners or colors, vegan friendly for men and women, available on feedmemore.com. You can save 20% with the discount code RYBACKSHOW20, RYBACKSHOW20 at the end of checkout. You put that code in, you get 20% off your entire order. You can also sign up for my email and text message massive savings program. You get 25% off for signing up for each one of those. One message a week with a story, message of positivity, and a massive discount not made available to anywhere else. We take care of our over 80% returning customers month after month because you guys help me and I want to help you because we have a lot of regular buyers that stay with us long term. And it's my thank you to you guys for being awesome. All right, kicking off today's show. Big guy's feeling good. I'm well into a 24-hour fast that I will actually be breaking tonight while watching WrestleMania. I'll put it on close to it comes on around 5, the main show here from what I saw. So I will start watching around then. There's a lot going on with all of this. I personally can and even when I was involved in pro wrestling, you're so focused on what you have going on and you have to be. And after your stuff is done is when you could sit back and watch and enjoy things a little more. And like live events, that's different. Live events, you sit and watch the show. You got your matches and you go about your business. And usually you're working the same person for a considerable amount of time when things are good. And you typically, you don't have to spend a lot of time outside of maybe making a little bit of tweaks here and there. But for the big events, they bring the rings to the hotel and there they have the rings set up in a ballroom area, typically in the talent hotel, and you've got meeting times, and there's a lot that goes in to these events as far as on all ends, from production, organization. I mean, there are a billion things going on during this, and now that it's 2 nights, that workload has doubled. As far as for a lot of people's responsibilities, and it involves a lot more talents now having individual matches, and I believe they have a pretty stacked 2-night WrestleMania card, and obviously some people are going to like other things over the others, and I'm going to be getting to your questions on the show and doing that. I put it up on TikTok earlier. I'm going to run down the card of night 1. I'll give you the big guy Ryback's picks, what I think is going to happen, and we'll go from there. And then we'll talk health, fitness, supplementation, pro wrestling, mindset, life, whatever you guys want. I'm here for you. All super chats are answered on Ryback TV on YouTube. So if you're not a member, not subscribed to Ryback TV, you're watching on TikTok, you're watching on IG, the other platforms, swing over to YouTube. It's completely free, guys. Subscribe to Ryback TV. You get my feeding time videos, 1 or 2 a week, usually 1 a week on that, and along with the Ryback Show, and where I do answer your questions from here. I'll get to 1 or 2 of them on the streams as well. Let's get into it here before we kick off today's show as far as doing the questions. This is just the card that I saw, and I don't know if some things might change on the show, but I'll probably do another Ryback show tomorrow going over night 2. We have the New Day versus Sheamus and Ridge Holland. I think this is going to be a big win for the New Day. I'm a big fan of Sheamus. I would actually love to see Sheamus I would love to see them do something with Sheamus. I wouldn't be upset if they won. I would like to see Sheamus have another championship run. I'm a big fan of Sheamus. Loved working with him. He's very intense, physical. Our matches, we have great chemistry. As I do, I feel like with pretty much everybody I've ever wrestled with. I can't recall ever being in the ring with somebody outside of maybe one guy, and he's not even worthy of being mentioned, where like everyone was really solid. I think New Day picks this up, though. I don't know what kind of heat Rich Holland, if there is heat, that company could be weird with that stuff. Luckily, you never know. Like they may book him well for the next year, then all of a sudden the booking goes bad, and then they relate it to what happened with Big E, right? It's craziness. It never makes sense. Even when you think it would make sense, it doesn't make sense. But I'm going with the New Day on that. We've got Drew McIntyre versus Happy Corbin with Madcap. Is it Madcap Moss? My sheet cut off on me here. I think this is obviously going to be a big win for McIntyre. As you see, you play roles in pro wrestling, you guys. This is why I stressed to you. You have to respect its physical acting. This is not MMA combat where the wins and losses, wins and losses do matter. They matter a lot and at the right time specifically. But you could go from playing the role of a champion, right, to being in a match where it's not as high up on the card, maybe. And this happens to pretty much everybody at some point in time, unless you sign a contract and you avoid them from using you in different roles with that. And as a talent, it's not you're involved. Like this is like me. I was booked on everything my entire time there. Now I was in the main event for a good portion. I was in that upper tier, upper mid card, do some main events on TV for quite a while. I was in a tag team where we didn't get an entrance on TV, but we were on every pay-per-view for our time together, or pretty much every pay-per-view. I was always involved in different roles with that. Obviously, you want to be in the big role. You want to be making as much money as humanly possible for your efforts with all of that. But it's physical acting, and you got to respect that people are going to play different roles at different times. You can only have one main event every night, but you don't have to be in the main event to steal the show or to have a big moment in physical acting. And if you're smart, you can go out there and have the most memorable moment if you are allowed to. And it's not doing wrestling moves that always do that. It's very rarely that. It's the other things, and the guys that get it. The ones that don't. Orton's another example of that as well in what he's doing, and he's just excelling at whatever role he is being given. I'm going to go with McIntyre, though. Big win. Corbin, I think, is one of the best heels in the business, and he gets the wins when he needs to get them, and I think they give this one to McIntyre tonight. We've got the Mysterios versus Miz and Logan Paul. Cool moment talked about on yesterday's show with the Mysterios, Dominic and Rey, father and son, getting to have a tag match at WrestleMania together, and what a moment for them. Very happy and proud that they get to share that moment together. Miz and Logan Paul together, absolutely love it. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do, how they orchestrate that match, what he's capable of doing. I think the Mysterios pull off the win in that and have the father and son moment. But that being said, I would not be shocked if they lose and they do not get that moment, because Vince does not want them to have that moment. Would not shock me. But let's hope they get that cool WrestleMania moment. Regardless of whatever the role is, though, they get the moment still. But to celebrate it with the fans after, I think would be a pretty big deal. We've got this one, the Seth Rollins versus the mystery opponent. On my TikTok, I mentioned, I think it's one of two people, and I'm actually going to change that now to one of three people. After seeing last night at the Hall of Fame, I saw a bit of The Undertaker in his speech, and he looks in really good shape. And he looked like he had a bit of color to him. Like it looked like he is training. And I just said to myself, okay. And which though you would though anyways, if you're going into the Hall of Fame, right? So very well could be looking too much into that. I'm going to go though, whoever it is, I think it could be Cody, The Fiend, or The Undertaker. I'm leaning towards this being Cody, even though I think if Cody does go there, they also could just have Cody debut the night after on Raw and do something really, really, really big. But I'm going to go. I think it's Cody. I think he goes over on Rollins. Rollins won't need the win with being a mystery opponent. He's caught off guard. I don't think we're going to see a warrior honky tonk man total squash unless it is somebody like the Undertaker. And this is where I thought about this, because Taker didn't get the proper send off with the audience. They're in Dallas. I believe Vince is approaching his final Manias. Whether it's this one or not, I don't know. And that's because I do believe they're going to sell the company at some point. And from knowing what I know, what's going on with my stuff, I do think it would be an amazing send off if Taker can have a match with Rollins, and maybe it's not the longest match, right? It doesn't need to be, and it's that element of surprise. Do a little bit this and that, give him a little, hit him with a choke slam tombstone, and get the big final send off with the Hall of Fame that he just had. I think is a huge moment where it is. And Vince says, Stone Cold is back, and it seems like they've really stacked these 2 nights up. That wouldn't shock me as well, but I'm going to go Cody and Cody with the win back in WWE. Then we got to wait and see what that story. I'm really, really interested in seeing what the storyline with Cody is going to be if he does go back, or if did he sign up and is he going to get put back into that rotation, which is not what you want to be if you're a talent, which is 99% of the talent in the game. Just get put into the rotation. You do not want to be there, and I say that very adamantly. We've got Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs versus the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. I'm really happy Usos on the main card here. They were involved in some pre-shows, which I was as well on WrestleManias. You don't want to be there. Not a bad thing. You're involved. You're booked still on everything, but not where you want to be. You want to be on the main card. And so I'm happy. I see them getting the win with everything going on and them being affiliated with Roman. Even though it wouldn't shock me if they lose, I'm putting my money on the Usos. We've got the SmackDown Women's Championship, Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey. I think with Ronda being back, I think she comes in, and we're going to see Ronda walk out as champion. We've got I'm going to have to disconnect. I apologize, from Twitch. Please go to Ryback TV, everybody on Twitch. We have, it's unfortunate we get these people. I really wish StreamYard would allow me to block people directly from Twitch, but we're not able to. So I'm going to have to remove Twitch from the stream. But that's that. And yeah, but I do think the Usos get the big win on that. I think Ronda over Charlotte, and we've got Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair. This could go either way. On my TikTok, I picked Bianca to win. I think and I watched Bianca. I think they really, really have something they could do. She's very appealing visually, and she stands out. And in everything with the popularity of Cardi B, she just has that element to her where she could, I feel like, in to market to kids with the unique hair. I think they could really, really, and she's had big moments already, right? But I think it's another big one for her and walking out champion. Advertised main event of the night. And if this is the true main event, with Stone Cold Steve Austin being a guest on the Kevin Owens show, Stone Cold versus Cold Stone, Stone Cold versus Cold Stone. I can hear JR calling it right now, even while he's in AEW. And I'm kidding, everybody. I'm shocked nobody's thought of that yet. Stone Cold versus Cold Stone. I'll get a text from Kevin saying I didn't like that, Ryan. Kevin Owens sent me a text before, and I know Kevin. We've talked in text, and I complimented him on some things when I left, and he sent me a thank you message. But Kevin was a little bit offended. I didn't know this, by the way. To share a little insight, when I put out a tweet one night after I left WWE, so many people though don't understand my sarcastic sense of humor and pro wrestling. The people that follow, if you watch my TikToks, you understand I am built for comedy. I'm serious when I'm serious, and I love to laugh, right? But I think so many people just cannot grasp that element of Ryback. But I put out a tweet, and it was being sarcastic, but it was also though it stemmed from on an independent show, seeing a bunch of really, really out of shape wrestlers that just did not care clearly about their bodies whatsoever. And I put out a tweet I was like, if you don't work out, you're a pussy. And I meant that like as an athlete, like no other sport or anything you do. I don't care that you're overweight. I don't care what your body fat percentage is. But in any other sport, you have to train, and you have to have endurance, and you have to work for it. And if you don't, and I believe that you should respect pro wrestling enough to put that effort in to be able to maximize your ability for your fans and for the people and for your opponent. I didn't know Kevin never worked out. I thought Kevin Owens worked out. And maybe he does, but he clearly, I don't think he does or didn't at that point in time. And he was like a little bit like sad over the tag tweet. And I just go, I'm not talking to you. I go, I didn't even know you didn't work out. But it was funny. Everything was fine. But and we've worked each other a lot and with that. But he it just shocked me. I was like, how more power. I've heard no guy like Mick Foley doesn't supposedly work out. And it's like I just don't understand it. Like I think it's even more amazing that you can make it and not do that. But I was just like, but in any other thing, like if you were going to have an MMA match with somebody or a boxing match, you would have to train to make sure that you're physically at your all-time best because you don't want to get beat. I just truly believe you should have that same respect for pro wrestling. That's how I feel and how many people feel with that. Not everyone's going to always agree with that. But in this, I think if it's going to be the main event, I think my opinion is it's going to be announced. I think there's going to be some heated tension on the show, and I think it's going to be with Stone Cold wanting a street fight, which is going to put the crowd into a frenzy, and it's just going to. I think it, and I don't know how they're going to go into or get into it or what if that's going to happen. But I see the night ending with the Stone Cold Stunner and Austin celebrating in the ring with a lot of beers, and for him to have the proper send off, and maybe not, depending on how it goes. Maybe it's not his final thing. His last match though was WrestleMania right against The Rock, and 19 years later, here we are back in Dallas, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it, and I've talked to Steve quite a bit, and I'm happy he's going to get to go out there and experience that adrenaline and that rush at least for one more time. And there's no doubt, though, has to be feeling a little bit of pressure, just being out for so long. And he's in age. He's a lot older. He looks fantastic still, and I have no doubt he'll be able to pull off whatever he's going to go out there and go and do. But we're going to shell shock a little troll out of Rybackville here. But yeah, I think it's going to be. I think they got a very good card. Our night one, night two's matches. I was hoping they were going to have the Omos and Bobby Lashley tonight, but that is supposedly on night two. McAfee Theory, Zayn, Knoxville, Edge, AJ Styles. We have the women's tag with Ripley Morgan, Natalya, and Shayna. Another women's tag. I can't see part of it. Queen, Zelina Vega, Carmella, Sasha Banks, and Naomi. And then there's that's all one match. Sorry, versus Ripley Morgan, Natalya, Shayna. The big girls tag match. We've got RK Bro versus the Alpha Academy. And then the big match tomorrow night is Roman and Brock, which, with that closing the show on night two, I was thinking I wouldn't be shocked if there's, like they did here in Vegas with Brock coming back at SummerSlam. How cool would it be if I'll do my picks tomorrow, but if Roman retains, if they plan on keeping that title on Roman for another year, it'd be pretty badass to have The Rock come out and have a face-off with him, and where they don't even have to advertise anything, but alluding to that being next year's main event. Now, that's a big stretch, Rock, a year later, but maybe if he penciled it in the head that much and he knows and he could do it, he obviously keeps himself in the best of shape. So I don't think age is, a factor when you're talking about him, but the training and all that. I think, though, that would be a great way to close out WrestleMania in Dallas with that, and just kind of leave that open in case he is able to do it for the next year's Mania. So, but that's the big guys' picks. You guys could go to my TikTok and leave your picks in the comment section if you want. If not, I think I put it on IG as well. If not, you don't have to. But all right, good to see all of you guys. What do we have going on today? Real Life says he's having some Wake Up Unlimited Energy pre-workout right now and new flavors for anything coming soon. Yeah, eventually. Everything's on hold until all my WWE legal stuff is over. And I was waiting too with everything with the economy. Prices are up on everything and even on raw materials, ingredients, and I'm not happy about it. So I'm only putting in reorders on our current 13 supplements that we have because I don't feel like paying extra money for stuff that I think is going to come down at some point. And I'm just kind of waiting. But yeah, we do have, guys, I want this to be 10 times as big as it is already. I've grown it from 3 to 13. I want to be the face of proper supplementation and representing that because there's such a hole in that field, in that sector with bad companies selling harmful products with the artificial sweeteners and colors. And I want to be able to give you guys everything vitamin and supplement wise. We get everything third party tested. You know what you're getting on the label. The products work, and so I just simply take that formula and apply it to different products. And I believe it's going to be, with everything in the direction everything's going, I believe that's going to happen. And but yeah, they definitely want more flavors and more things. I've got a vanilla mocha protein already ready to go. I've got a peanut butter plant protein ready to go. I want to wait. This legal stuff with WWE I cannot wait to get this over. It will be a huge weight lifted off of me and get all this stuff over and done with. And I can finally move forward after 6 years of just all this BS and the lies, the bullshit, the games. I want it all over and done with. And I've managed to do fantastic things in this time, but it is really, I don't think you understand when you're dealing with this kind of stuff, and it's just frustrating. So, no, Real Life. You can have Wake Up Unlimited Energy more than once a day if you do half a scoop twice, but do not exceed one scoop in a 24-hour period, my man. Fa Dieting, thank you very much. So you just put an order in for the half-gallon jug shaker and towel bundle and got the free T-shirt. Yeah, I'm giving you guys a free premium Feed Me More Nutrition T-shirt on all the month of April here or until inventory runs out, which I expect. I think we'll make it about to halfway through the month with the T-shirts, and I'm going to have to switch the gift back up. But you grab yourself a free T-shirt here. We're wiping out the inventory of what we keep at the fulfillment because I've signed a new deal, or we're going to be signing a new deal after I go visit their facility with a brand new merch company, and we're going to have a full merch, a legit merch company under my Ryback brand, under Feed Me More Nutrition, under the Hungry brand. We're going to have everything on the website. I'm going to have a whole other fulfillment center in North Carolina handling all of that. And you'll be able to order everything under one umbrella. We're going to have the website's going to be redone to configure to have your supplements and to have your merchandise. And I'm very, very excited for this. This is going to, it's going to be good for me from a revenue stream standpoint of really, really generating even more revenue into the brand with all of that and just plugging it in onto a formula that's already working, and with advertising and marketing and all that, and having everything under one website on feedmemore.com is going to be a beautiful thing. And that's going to be very powerful for me as well, too. When I go back and I'm back wrestling and doing things, I will have my own system in place and my own team to say, let's do this shirt right now and get this out right away and capitalize on timing of things and trends. And you know what I mean? And not have to go through a whole process or a third-party company. It's going to be like, hey, let's get a shirt with this. Give me some ideas. Let's go. Approved in 3 hours, on the website in 4. We're rolling, right? So that's gonna, and way more options than I have on like Teespring and things like that. Thank you, Night Owl. I cannot wait for the legal stuff to be over with either. Heard Shane O'Mac's coming to Mania. Yeah, maybe, that's another possibility. Shane McMahon for Seth Rollins' opponent, right? I think the cool thing is, though, there's multiple guesses on who it could be. I love surprises, and I think that is, I love that they have. and I hope they protect it all the way up until the time. I was even thinking it would be cool. How cool would it be if Seth is in the ring? And I don't know how well this would work if though, and you played a handful of people's music to shock to see the reactions, of while Seth is in, like, you hit Shane O'Mac's music, but Shane O'Mac doesn't come out. You got to be careful, because if you hit somebody like Undertaker's music and he doesn't come out, anybody you do it and they don't come out, it could lead to fan disappointment. But at the same time, though, if you finally do Cody, or you did the Fiend, it's going to get a big reaction, I would imagine, and it's playing games with Seth. And so there may be reason not to do that as well with that. So, but I'm big on surprises, and it's the one thing that's missing in pro wrestling regularly. We've got a super chat, Armchair Critic. Thank you very much. Hottest divas in your opinion? All the divas are beautiful. I'm not. That's I don't know. They're all beautiful, and everyone that's on TV, they all work really hard, and they keep themselves in shape. And El Hombre Grande, though's always been a fan of the Latinas, and I'll leave you with that. Let's see. What else do we have going on? Thank you, Dan. Love your energy and passion. Ryback, you're an inspiration. Thank you, Dan. Very kind words, and I always appreciate you guys, man. I'm running on my Starbucks coffee, running wild, feeling good. And I was actually supposed to go get my shoulder worked on today, but my therapist is off this weekend. And damn it, I dropped the cap. So I'm going to have to wait till next week as far as because my shoulder is getting really, really good. So I'm in a good mood, and my back is 100%, and everything I said, I told you guys, WWE, they told my attorney that they're going to be proposing their deal, whatever the deal is, or hearing from them after WrestleMania here. And so I see the light at the end of the tunnel of getting this garbage all over with everything, and feeling really, really good. And my weight, body is I'm in really, really good shape right now. And it's just, my weight is starting to climb back up again. I'm starting to go a little heavier again. I give myself breaks. I was training lighter again for a bit compared to what I was. And like, my weight will come down a little bit when I do that. But when I start going in that 4 to 6 rep range a lot, I just start packing on muscle. Like, I respond really well to heavy weight into 4 to 6 reps, which that's another thing. I'm going to be looking into doing my Ryback workout program for an ebook, made available for a price on the website. Very detailed and explained, though, of what I do and the things that I do with multiple options, so that people can literally take that guide and take what they want from it. Because I get asked all the time on this. And I think, though, I'm a big believer, and you have to take what other people do and apply it to you in your life, and take bits and pieces. So you may look at that, and you're not going to do the workout I do to be what I am, but you might be able to take some of the exercises and different things, and there'll be a lot of different options, and everything will be explained. And I'm going to be eventually, I want to get with a team and have them help me get all that and get that into an ebook at some point as well. I'm in the health and fitness field, and really, really, to a lot of wrestling fans and young people, I know why I started working out, and from watching the wrestlers that I loved, and I believe, and I get a lot of people that message me and tell me that I was their inspiration for starting to work out. And that, to me, that's the coolest thing in the world with that, because I understand it. And so that will be just kind of a way to kind of help. And a lot of teenagers, I've got the big following with a lot of younger people. And I think it will help people kind of get a starting point, and even an advanced program as well, to apply that to whatever they do, and whether it's just being healthy, working out a few days a week, or if you're a competitive athlete and be like, okay, I didn't know this, this, and this. I could take this and apply this to what I'm doing. How do I feel about Gable Stevenson? I think he has a bright future ahead of him, and the sky's the limit. You never know until somebody's there, though. and it seems like obviously they're going to invest a lot into him. And I don't know a lot about him, but I do think that there is, if he can come in and pick this up and really, really excel at it, that at some point, a Brock Lesnar, Gable Stevenson match would be a big deal when the time is right. If Brock is still around and he's there, I don't know the time frame they have on him. It's different for everybody. You could take guys, and once they get to a certain point, you could get them out there and kind of fast track it and protect them through the booking as much as possible. If you're really, really financially invested in them, but it just all depends. I don't know the details on everything. It could be, you never know. A guy could go out there and they're not happy with him at all, and a year later he's gone. Right? It's just really hard to, look at the Cain Velasquez thing. I thought they were going to bring him in and protect him and build him up for a big, big match with Brock at like a Mania, and really instead, nope, they brought him in for one match with a quick match with Brock, and that was it. And it was over and done with. And it's, you just never know what direction they're going to go. Let's see what else. Looking at your questions here, guys. Kevin says, Ryback, what do you think of The Rock doing a bodybuilding show competition? I don't know if Rock is competing in bodybuilding. I don't think he would do that. I know he had interest in, and I don't know if he pulled the trigger on it, of running a bodybuilding show, a big bodybuilding show in Florida, if I'm not mistaken. And if that, what I heard and with that, I'm not a fan of the bodybuilding deal and all the steroids and the drugs and that whole fitness industry. I think The Rock is the kind of person that could do that and actually have legit strict drug testing and have a natural competition, or you know what I mean, guys that are just on TRT, and have legit drug testing in place to where you are and rewarding these guys with real prize money. And what you will do is you will attract the people with the best genetics and the best work ethic. And they're not going to be as big as the big steroid bodybuilders and the freaks that just inject themselves and are horrible human beings, in my opinion. With that, no, you're going to have the people that truly deserve it. And people will watch where there is money. I promise you. And it will become, I believe, that he can have a huge impact on the future of bodybuilding if he does that. Knowing what I know, I 100% don't think he's going to do that. And it's his choice. He's obviously, and this is nothing about how successful you are. This is about principles and ethics, and just like I think we have a major drug problem, steroid problem in our country and the world now, especially with social media. And we're seeing them drop dead left and right. A lot of young people in their 20s are dropping dead. It is bad. And I think it is something that needs the way that you control that is, you can never fully control something, but if Mr. Olympia and all the IFBB, if they would put strict drug testing in place and go, no more, we're done. But we're going to you're going to win $5 million for the top three placements. You 3, 2, and 1, $6 million, whatever it is. It's going to be worth your time to not do drugs. I promise you, it will be bigger than it's ever been because it will appeal to the masses now. Money appeals to the masses. Remember that. Money, moolah, appeals to the masses. And the promoters are the ones that are controlling what the people underneath, the slaves of society, do to try to break free of those shackles. Right? Think. That's how you do it. That's how I think. That's how I want to be. I would want to be a part of that. I'm not a part of that fitness world because I do not condone what they are representing. And I wish The Rock thought like that, but I don't think he does, unfortunately. And he's entitled to how he wants to think. But I think drugs are a major, major, major problem. Let's see. What else do we got going on? Any other super chats? I am not Seth's opponent, guys. And I didn't know if you realized I'm doing a live from my studio at home, unless I had some really cool technology on my bus that I'm hiding at in Dallas doing the show. God damn it, I need you to do a Ryback show. Throw them off. No, I'm at home, guys. I'm having my coffee. I promise you, I am not Seth's opponent. Walter, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for treating us to 2 nights in a row. Hope you're having a great Saturday. Hope the family and little guys are doing great. Much love, big guy. Thank you, Walter, and likewise. I get more motivated with the show, especially once TikTok's been on fire, and I'm about to hit 2.6 million in like less. I'm about to go from 2.5 to 2.6 in a matter of days because this is why I get frustrated with my social media and what I know can happen if I just have the stuff, because I work like no other and I hustle like no other, and I know how to get content seen. I know how to produce viral content. And so to be suppressed and to deal with all this BS, it really, really, I look forward to telling this story in the future. And anyone that has a problem, like, imagine being in the position I was in, having all your stuff suppressed for 6 goddamn years. Twitter longer than that. Twitter, they started in 2014 when I started the tweet delete. They actually had my account suppressed in 2014, and we have the analytics showing the day that it actually started, and where you could see the major drop off after having extremely high engagement and impressions. And I didn't even realize, because I didn't know anything about social media. I never knew how to track that. I didn't even keep it on my phone for a lot of the time. But so this is like, there's some serious shit going on with everything. And again, once the legal stuff with WWE is over, if the things are not corrected, which is going to be in the agreement, which they're never going to admit that they've done, but they have to sign off on that they won't be involved in the future. If that does not change, I'm going to have to go after the social media companies individually. I swear to God, that is not something that I'm looking forward to. But we have enough data and information to go, no, I have to. Otherwise, and that's why TikTok, I harassed them for 4 months straight. I think they finally realized, like, it's not going to be worth the hassle. And I thank them for it. I don't want to have to go the legal route, but with Twitter and IG, I no doubt I'm going to have to. YouTube's going to be a tricky animal with that as well. I just know a lot of the people that are subscribed and have notifications on don't get notifications. You know how I know that? I have my notifications on, and I don't get notifications for my show on my podcast and on this stuff as well. Did I miss a super chat here? Super chat. Thank you, Oscar. What is your opinion on Nick the Mutant Walker? A guy obviously using too much chemicals too fast. Guys like him, Dallas McCarver, etc. So I've never heard of that guy. I don't know if I maybe have seen. I will block if social media shows images of the people on drugs. I block it. I block, and like the only guy I don't is Jay Cutler, and I don't condone. Jay was one of the worst in abusing drugs with that, and I'll tell that to his goddamn face. I think it's disgusting and it's responsible. But I'm happy. I like Jay. I like Jay for his business mindset, his entrepreneur mindset, and I respect Jay for what he's done on that. And it's not discrediting the work and all that. I just hate what it represents. I truly do, and I love fitness and I love bodybuilding, but without all that garbage. With that, but you got a lot of guys that don't have the genetics for it, and I think Jay has great genetics. One, but a lot of these guys don't have great genetics, and they're doing abnormal amounts of gear. And I don't know whether that's this guy's case or not, but you got a guy like Dallas McCarver, and I've heard about the things that he was doing. And I know people in powerlifting that are doing ridiculous things. And I'm just telling you, it really is such a dangerous thing, because young people and people, I'm a big, naturally super strong dude. I was pressing 170s like nothing, without anything, like easy. Like this stuff, I could squat and deadlift a shit ton. I always have. But like if I compare, I go, well, I look at the guy and I go, these breaking an 1,100-pound deadlift, but he's taking grams upon grams of all this stuff. That's not a real thing comparison, but a lot of people, they compare themselves to other people. I'm self-aware enough to know that I get caught up in that game and go, well, let's see what you're deadlifting here when it's all said and done, right? Can't deadlift when you're dead with that. And that's, so I look at things from a long-term standpoint, and also not needing to make money from sacrificing your health on doing what they're doing, which they're not even making a lot of money in a lot of this stuff. That's the really messed up part with all of it. But man, I don't condone it. I don't agree with it. And I laugh when people, they tell you, oh, you're on steroids, you're on drugs. I go, man, I can't be any more honest. I've been on HRT since 28, and the HRT wasn't even, that was off and on for many years on that, in literally normal levels, mid upper normal levels, not like. And I go, I have great genetics. I have a great work ethic. I have a great diet overall. I am a psycho on my conditioning and cardio. I have a coronary artery calcium score of 0. And that was even eating pounds of meat a day, which never had any business being a 0. But it's because I have great genetics on top of that, in family genetics as well, where heart disease and whatnot doesn't run in the family. But I also, from mad conditioning since I was a kid, always have been obsessed with cardio and conditioning, and it's really paid off. And I've been big on supplementation and health, and I've always eaten vegetables, even though I didn't eat nearly what I eat now. But man, a lot of these guys, they're just looking at the short term, get the attention, and we're living in a day and age with these guys that they're not coming off. If you ever watch like a lot of the old school bodybuilders like Arnold and those guys, one, they never did nowhere near what people are doing today. But they look at photos. You could find photos of Arnold Schwarzenegger online where he is just a skinny, normal looking, average human being, while he is Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime. And he wouldn't do things in the off season. He would take off training. He would just go live life. And I'm not saying that's what you need to do, but I'm saying that they weren't on all this stuff all the time. Whereas now you got guys with social media, they don't want to lose their image. They got to always look a certain way. And I get it, that once you get looked that way, but now you're taking stuff nonstop. And that's why you're seeing these guys drop dead at a very young age, at way above what they need to even be taking. But like, I'm telling you, it is such a dangerous thing. And nobody is thinking long term. And I'm talking long term, like your prime years of life. Like you're going to miss your prime years, are going to be jacked up with that. But you got guys like that Rich Piana, who are out there telling people, advocating things. Don't be like me, but I'm like me because I'm doing it for money. And like, you can't be like that, man. And it's not saying they're bad people, but it's not a good thing, man. It's not a good thing. I can't beat around the bush on it. Any thoughts on healing runner's knee? Check out our 1-2-3 muscle joint tendon formula. I'm telling you, it is amazing for that, for muscle inflammation, for arthritis, and for your tendons. And I would ice at least several times a day if you can. If you could get it. I have a cold tub, so I like to hop in the cold tub whenever I have anything going on, and just suck out that inflammation. And that's what she said. And then I do the hot tub as well with that. But I think giving yourself a little time off is the one thing that's the one thing, like, if I do something and I tweak something, I've learned, I go, okay, if I quit just trying to work through it, it gets better, like in a matter of like a couple days usually, or a few days. Whereas like if before in like WWE, you got to keep going, you're working hurt, you got to work out hurt. And like, it just intensifies everything. And eventually something bad happens with that. So I would just take a little time off, and I would check out the 1-2-3 muscle joint tendon supplement we have on feedmemore.com. He says, thank you, Oscard. He placed well in Olympia this year, first year in. Yeah, congratulations. I bet you, I don't know how much money he made. I bet you it wasn't nowhere near what he spent. And obviously some of those guys get sponsorships. Those sponsorship deals are not worth like all that much. You get some free supplements, but like walking heart attack, man. And That's not, it's just, I don't think, my thing is too, is like a lot of these guys, you look at them, you know, they look like average human beings when they're done competing. All of them, with the exception of, I would say in Ronnie with all his injuries. I don't know what the Ronnie and Jay, who did extraordinary amounts of the stuff, I don't think are clean today at all. I don't think they're just doing TRT. I think they dabble still, and that's just my personal opinion with that. I truly would like to see if they just stayed on TRT and HRT, which they would have to with what they did with that, most likely for the rest of their lives, how they look in a few years after doing that. And there's very few guys that are just naturally jacked big guys. And that's why I get really offended by this for people, because I know how, like, I take it personal, and I'm just like, man, but it is what it is. It is what it is with that. And but very few of those guys look like anything when they're done. Oftentimes they look far worse than the average human being with that. And I say average as far as average fitness person that might work out a little bit, not your average human being, but average just person that goes to the gym. Life and sports talk with Jake. Yeah. Any advice to new content creators, big guy? You're almost at 400K. Thank you. Yeah. And it's been slow. We've been growth on here was so fast, and it came to a screeching halt. And YouTube has not been kind to me as well on everything. But the lesson is, if you ever notice, no matter what, I'm constantly creating content. I have found, and I have my brand, I have me, and I have Feed Me More Nutrition, and everything revolves around that. And that is why, and then you get paid. I get paid for this. I get paid for the podcast, the audio. I get paid for TikTok. I make ad revenue and get paid for my content as well. So the more I post, the more I make. It's my job. But that's why a lot of people don't understand. Sorry, get that screen back on in the back. The pet peeve of mine when that goes out, that like they'll go, oh, you eat chips. No, I create content, and I want as much content to go viral as possible, because I have a very large fan base that has lost me. So I want to be seen, and I want my fans to find me whatever, by any means possible, on the content I'm producing, which leads to my business, Feed Me More Nutrition, on feedmemore.com, that generates me income and lifelong customers for over 80% of the people that buy the supplements, right? And I do what I do. I do what I enjoy. I love talking about health and fitness and supplements. I love talking about pro wrestling, and I love laughing. And if you notice, that's the bulk of my content. So my advice is, stay true to yourself and be yourself, and produce and just do what you like. And if you're not enjoying what you're doing, stop it and start doing what you do like. And eventually you just got to keep going. And this is, I've been suppressed. Those things, I get only hundreds of likes or views on Instagram on a lot of my stuff now. Yet I'm one of the biggest things on TikTok, and I'm the most followed wrestler behind The Rock in Great Khali on there. And I get rewarded, but it doesn't stop. I just keep going, right? Because I know, but I'm doing my deal to try to fix that on mine end. But I know what I'm doing is working. So I just keep pushing and going. And I know, based off my revenue, I create polls on Twitter, and I've done like 8 or 9 of them now, where I leave retirement as a choice. Why do I do this? I've explained it to people over and over again, because I've read endless amounts of marketing and sales books and getting attention. My Twitter is suppressed so bad. The only way my tweets get any attention is when dirt sheets or other things put my tweets in they make posts about them. And then those people go to my tweets. And then what does that do? That raises the engagement on them. And so for every 20 people that hate me that see that, I'm hoping that a few of the people that do like me see that tweet as well. And then that leads to them going to my website and becoming customers. Now, if I were to put a poll up with not retire on that option, people will not see that, will not get coverage. And I talked about this from the first one I did. But the people, it drives them crazy, and they keep voting. So that week I run a sale. I put a retirement post up with a sale going on. What happens? 43% of my traffic on feedmemore.com during that weekend came from Twitter. There's a reason why I do this stuff. I tell the people, I literally tell you what I'm doing with that. And then the people, though, why does he keep putting retire? Get the hint. We don't. No, I want, because my followers aren't seeing my tweets. Thank you for the business, guys. Come again. And I know you will with that. But I do, and I do what works for me, and I produce my content. I don't get discouraged over things because I know where I'm going. I know what I'm doing. And that is where the point of this is. Know where you need to go, know what you need to do. Be yourself. We're going to be loved and hated no matter what we do. Just be yourself. Because, brother, you can be as fake as you want. You're going to get love and hate being fake, and you're going to be like, man, I'm being fake. I'm not even being myself. Don't be. Dude, have no fear. Dude, I put a post up. There's people that think, oh, man, Ryback lost his mind because I posted a pic on TikTok on a hot trend. I actually do cuss a little. Oh, what's your favorite cuss word? Oh, probably fuck. Ha, ha, ha. That thing. I go, okay, all these chicks are doing this, getting all these views on that. I'm Ryback. I can't do that voice. I don't think it's going to get as much views. Maybe it would if I did. I go, oh, I'm going to order a chick wig and lipstick and put the eyelash filter on and do it and see if that can go viral for me. Now, here's the deal. It's approaching 100,000 views on TikTok, and it's getting traction. And I think it's going to keep getting traction. And post will just take off at any point. But it's funny, and I know who and what I am. I'm not insecure at all. I think it's hilarious, and most of the people that watch it think it's hilarious. But there will be a small portion where that Ryback down bad. Damn, this is what Ryback has come to. Oh man, this guy's lost his mind since I told him to retire on that Twitter poll. All real things I've seen on that, and I just laugh. I go, these guys don't get it. They don't get it. It doesn't matter if I'm in the main event at WrestleMania. I'm doing all of this. I'm doing because I've learned this game, and that's what most wrestlers don't do. They don't hustle enough and take advantage. And I got suppressed and had to learn marketing and sales and had to learn how to hustle super hard on this to get any traction whatsoever. So I could tell you from experience, and what I'm telling you, it will work if you're patient and give it time and stay true to yourself and just enjoy the process. But like I look at things in the positive, someone will go, oh man, Ryback only has 122 live viewers on here. Man, nobody cares about his YouTubes. I go, no, it's people that are interested and they're engaged, and we have engaging conversation with that. And this gets thousands of views. Like I said, yesterday's show got over 80,000 views, not even counting the audio listens with that. Right. So I'm like, that is a massive number. So I'm not worried about you coming in and thinking, oh, there's only 100 something people in here, which there's usually over 1,000, sometimes 3,000 on TikTok, sometimes 500 only live. People tune in and out of things, but it's repetition. It's creating consistent content. And at the end, I have a business at the end of the day, and the end game is the more customers that I get for my business, the more revenue we generate, the more stuff I could do, the more options that I have, the more I could do with my supplement passion with that and give people great products, right? And everybody wins. So you just got to figure that out for you and put the pedal to the metal, man. Hello. Thank you, guys. I missed a super chat here. We've got a super sticker. Thank you very much. Pelotera. Mi amigo. Gracias, mi amigo. Thank you very much, Walter. I appreciate you guys, man. I really do. I've always, not perfect by any means, but I was like, there are a lot of lies and BS, and I've experienced a massive amount of hate, and I like most of it. And I look and I see a kid that's, a 14-year-old kid leaving the most hateful message, who's severely overweight. And I just I don't take anything personal. I go, that's a kid that's just reading dirt sheets or reading something. He's literally just like, I go, I feel bad. I literally have sympathy and empathy for a lot of these people now, because I go, man, this is just somebody that's so lost that if I'm occupying their time this much long after TV. Thank you very much, Iron Sheik. Good to see you, Iron Sheik. We're going to have to shell shock you once again out of Ryback. Iron Sheik has created probably 1,000 accounts to keep coming into Rybackville. He's like the Iron Sheik is like the Impractical Jokers, where they change the outfit and keep going up to the same person. Except for Iron Sheik doesn't change his outfit; he keeps coming back with the same name, so that he knows that I'm blocking the same guy. You would think he would be smart enough to change the name and like hang out here for a bit and like try to make like some back. Like here's what I would do if I were you, Iron Sheik. I would come in with a different name, all right, and then I would try to like give me backhanded compliments and try to like see what you can get away with easily, gently into it with that, and then like maybe after like 5 days, or maybe it's at the end of just one show, then you finally can't take it and you go, I own you. And Iron Sheik, you got me for. I talked to you for an hour before I blocked you. You got me, but no, you just come right in. Iron Sheik, I make you humble. I fuck you right back. I fuck you an ass. TikTok, I apologize for the cussing. I make you humble. I own you, and I'm like, no, Iron Sheik, you don't. Meat Hook Shell Shock blocked out of Rybackville. Like, come on, man. Think. Try to work with me a little bit. Thank you very much, Martin James. I've won everything, and it's going to be. There's a reason why I created it, and I created it when I was down and out, and it means a lot to me. And I'm just not a big believer. I'm the nicest guy in the world, but I could also turn it the other direction really quickly, especially towards evil. I do not like evil, and I don't like. I like the guy, the Green Mile, I don't like getting angry, but I've learned wrestling taught me that, and I had to learn to let my anger out in controlled ways, and to not let somebody punch you and walk all over you, and I believe it has contributed to all my success. Iron Sheik lives to get blocked. He still got the attention he was seeking. Yeah, it's that's good though. I'm no if it's he's seeking attention, he gets it and he gets blocked, and it gives him a little bit of a sense of self-worth. Like, hey man, Ryback knows I exist. I don't know anything about it. I just know that he's using the Iron Sheik name in a very poor way, in a very unsuccessful way. But it is entertaining. I enjoy this kind of stuff from time to time. I don't enjoy the certain other parts of it, but when you got to change the meat hook to the wheat hook. No, the Beyond Meat Hook, my man. The Beyond Meat Hook. Above and Beyond. My new theme song will be called Beyond Meat on the Table. You guys, you just throw the word beyond, everything's good. The BMH, the Beyond Meat Hook, the BMH. Yeah, Sheik needs to get out more for sure. I did not retire, guys. The retirement on Twitter yesterday was April Fool's, which I announced with an April Fool's image today. I'm waiting for Sheiky Baby to get back. Sheiky Baby, I feel like wants one more shell shock before the day is over. Sheiky Baby he's on his 17th Mountain Dew. He's gone through 2 bags of nacho cheese Doritos. He's placed 3 Postmates orders already today. He's wearing whitey tighties with a very dirty gray wife beater with some tears in it, in whitey tighties with shit stains all over it, and he's wearing New Day socks, and he is waiting for WrestleMania. He watched NXT this morning, and now he's getting kicked out of the Ryback Show, and he's getting prepped. He'll probably have a 24 pack of heavy beer, probably a full beer tonight with the show, and leave some really mean tweets towards wrestlers, and then go to bed and in his own tears and filth. No showers for 3 weeks. That's what I picture Iron Sheik doing. And you joke. This is a real thing. Sheiky Baby's probably in New Day socks right now with what, like, maybe not to a T what I described. Definitely got New Day socks on, no doubt. We've got a new super chat here. Hope all from Life of Daz. Thank you, buddy. Hope all is good, my friend. Loving the vlogs. Been watching a few years. Thank you, buddy. I remember you, and I have a good memory with people that start coming in, like Man of Steel, Walter, and I remember you because I remember your image, Life of Daz. So thank you, my man, for always giving me some love and support and contributing to the show. I greatly appreciate you guys, and I love doing these lives and having interaction with you guys still. And I wish more people had access to this stuff, but I'm so glad that you guys do, and I'll remember you guys forever. Like I've got a very, very good memory. And I say that unless I get Alzheimer's at some point and I forget you, I apologize. But that doesn't run in my family either. I've never had a concussion or anything of that nature. So hopefully that's not something that happens. Uh-oh, Sheiky baby, changed the name. WWE Craft. Good job, buddy. You now you got to work on just talking to me a little bit, Sheiky baby, but you're probably gonna maybe find yourself liking it. And you're like, oh, maybe I don't hate Ryback as much as I thought I did. Sheiky baby took off those New Day socks and threw on a pair of NWO socks. And right now he's looking in the mirror, hyping himself up, going, for life. Sheiky baby for life. And he's making a new account ready to come in. And then I just shell shock him right away because he can't not say he owns me. It's just like, I'm going to type something to Ryback, I own you. And then that blocked. I need to go live with Sheiky baby. Sheiky baby, get the fuck back in here, you fat piece of shit. Come on, bud. Hey, Delaware, we got a first-time Joker fish in here. Welcome to Ryback TV. We're coming to a close to, and I'm going to keep going a little bit longer today. I'm having a good time. I want to see how many accounts Sheiky baby comes in. Sheiky baby, I might bring, if Sheiky baby comes back, I think I'm going to invite him into live. That's another, yeah, Sheiky baby, definitely a big porn hub. xxx.xxnx.com, Pornhub browsers guy. He's got all the subscriptions, all his money that he works running his online third party Amazon sales of some shady business. He does a lot of surveys. He gets income. He collects welfare as well. A lot of shady things that he does, but he definitely is a member of all the porn sites, and constantly he's got a huge supply of lotion, Vaseline, vitamin E, macadamia nut oil, olive oil. He's really big. He makes a big concoction with all the oils. He's a jerk off connoisseur, if you will, just a real expert on it. And then he's got the New Day socks to empty himself into, and he just still doesn't shower. He has cheese puffs all over his hand, orange stains on his dealio. The guy is a complete mess. But we love you. We love you, Sheiky baby. But you don't own shit. Certainly don't own the big guy. What up? We got another super chat here. Life of Daz, thank you, my man. I got an image of a dude in a New Day socks. I apologize. Hello, Cryback. Hey, Phil, how are you? I'm not going to block you yet, Phil, but my name is Ryback. We can have a conversation, Phil, if you're going to keep it. Maybe I'll bring you on live, Phil, for the fans, if you want to give a good explanation on your Cryback. Where did I miss it? Or was that a sticker that I missed? Oh, that was just a sticker I already got. All right. Super chats are brought up on the screen here on Ryback TV. What else we got going on? Everybody on TikTok, thank you very much, guys. IG, thank you guys. Always appreciate the love and support. I will be watching WrestleMania. I did my picks early on in the show for night one. I'll try to get back on tomorrow as well to do a night two with you guys. Little recap of night one, WrestleMania, tomorrow's Ryback show. My max bench was 550. And then I did 550, and then I walked into Cena's gym, and this was not again, I mind you, my shoulder, I'd already had my shoulder surgery and developmental. This actually hurt my shoulder a little bit. I never learned, and they didn't teach us like how to bench like power lifters. So I was benching like a bodybuilder at this time. I've since learned how to bench properly. And I hopefully plan on breaking my record at some point once I'm able to start moving up on weight when I get fully with this shoulder blade free. But I walked into Cena's gym at the time and broke the bench record at the time, which had since got broken by Tyrus went in and beat me by like a pound, and then Big E went in and did a higher bench. But I was capable of more. I just knew 5 was what would get me break the record at the time, and I'd stopped training in there, and I walked in and just got warmed up, and then I broke the bench press record and left, and just so that Cena had to put my name on the board in there, and that was that. And it wasn't. Sorry, TikTok, we had got pause there. My battery's running low, and I have my charger. I don't know how that happened. The charger's dead. That's how that happened. So yeah, but 550 was the most. But I think if I would have learned how to properly bench at a young age, really, like I do know how to bench now and drive with the legs and initiate the lats and not put so much strain on the shoulders, that I would have been able to do, I think, a significant amount more. How much more? I don't know. I do believe it would have been quite a bit more. But I've always been very, very, very strong, just naturally, just since I was a kid with that. But Andrew Watkins, thank you very much. Another crybacker in the house. We'll block you guys. Yeah. I'm not even going to explain if you don't know what's going on, my man. Lifting weights is not, I don't consider lifting weights a good form of cardio. It can elevate your heart rate depending on the pace that you're going. I believe, though, in doing true conditioning cardio and elevating your heart rate based off what your goals are and what you're doing, high intensity interval training, really, really going at it is what I consider cardio. There are people, though, that just lift weights and go shorter rest time. And depending on your metabolism, that may be good. I do think there's so many health benefits to doing real cardio, though. Thank you very much, Belanca, or Way of Balance. I don't know why I thought this said Belanca. No, I actually think the WrestleMania card is really, really good. Thank you. My TikTok is amazing. I'm having the time of my life on TikTok. I'm a big fan of entertainment and comedy and just doing what I do in little skits and little things. And I'm glad that they're starting to show the content now. And I'm seeing certain things that are working and it's picking up. And it's a lot of fun. Thank you very much, Bobby, on saying I'm awesome. And man, my whole family loves you, miss you wrestling. I miss you guys too. And I will be back. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be, I've been protected and I firmly believe it's all going to be good. I agree. Roman does have a beast build. Um, I don't use fish oil. I use omega-3 fatty acids that come from algae. And fish eat algae. I get it exact from the source. Algae omega-3s, and also hemp hearts are very high in omega-3 and have some omega-6s, but omega-3s primarily. All right, guys. With that, we're gonna wrap up. I got to finish a few things. I'm gonna go heat up my coffee, and I got WrestleMania later. I'm gonna break my 24-hour fast tonight, and I'll try to come back on tomorrow for another Ryback show. We'll recap night 1 of WrestleMania, get your thoughts, get my thoughts, talk whatever else questions come up on everything, and then go into my predictions for night 2 for all of that, and then eventually we'll recap that during the week show on the Ryback Show here. Check out my Feed Me More nutrition line, guys. Available on feedmemore.com. Save 20% with discount code RYBACKSHOW20. That's RYBACKSHOW20. Sign up for my massive text program on the text and email. I promise you it's worth it. We don't spam. You will just see I give you massive discounts every week. Not made available to anyone, just one a week on that. And that's it. It's my thank you to you guys. So check that out. Sign up for that. I'm on TikTok, IG, the big guy, Ryback22. iTunes reviews are greatly appreciated on iTunes for the podcast. If you could ever get a moment to leave a review on there, greatly appreciated as well. And until next time, my friends, enjoy WrestleMania. Stay hungry. Feed me more.